I don't know how this will go or if it reaches the right audience. Um, but I just wanted to talk about change for a second, especially with the sense that I myself am in the process of trying to change, trying to do better for myself with my life, to actually achieve the goals that I want, to actually shape the image of the man I want to be, the image of the man that I believe my partner deserves, and my my family, the image that I believe can actually make my family proud. For a long time, I've been chained down by my own assumptions of how people think about me, and I honestly believe that those assumptions were false. But because I constantly used to think about them a lot, it would make me act out with those assumptions, and as a result, I would end up making bad decisions, and you know, those bad decisions would give up the consequences of people actually now seeing me in the way that I think people saw me. So I decided to change that. I I decided to hit an Uno reverse using that same concept. I really don't know what psychologists talked about this, but it feels like it's been studied. I don't know how. I don't know, but I honestly believe that if my mind had the power to make my reality be the way I thought it was, which at that time was very negative and resulted in negative outcomes, I believe that if my thoughts are more positive, if my self perception of myself is positive, and I constantly re you know repeat habits habits and tasks on a daily basis that prove to my mind that I am this person that I'm trying to become, then eventually I will be that. But the difficult part is that that type of change, especially the type of change that I want to achieve, that can help me change the perception of the people I love about me, to see me in the light that I now see myself as. It's quite hard, to be honest, because right now I'm 12 days in. I don't have a name for it, but I'll just like I'm just 12 days in and like doing 10 habits a day or practicing 10 habits a day that nourish um, the persona that I'm shifting into. You know, that's working out every day to build the good, strong physique, reading daily, writing essays, and you know, doing hard, vigorous tasks that the old me wouldn't essentially even try doing. The hard part is like I said, I'm 12 days in. I think this is day 13 now. So, yeah, this is day 12. So I'm 12 days in, and uh, I still feel like I haven't. Obviously I haven't because it's just 12 days, but I still feel like a weight of the version of me just lingering about in people's heads, and I I'm learning to accept that I can change that, but it does bother me that I can't. I really cannot change how the people I've known and the people who've known me in the previous years and the previous time see me. I feel like that's also what has been, has made it difficult for me to even sit down, tap the camera, and record this because I had this fear of like, okay, I do this and I post it on YouTube. Um, let's say it just somehow gets like what 100 views or something, and out of those 100 views are maybe people I've heard through my inactions, my irresponsibilities back then, or people that I've just failed who had relied on me. And in those actions, I had set up a certain type of image for myself towards them. And, I sometimes, I feel haunted by that. And it's like, I don't know why that those perceptions of those people matter matter that much to me because I know it shouldn't. I know that no perception about myself should really like no matter to me, but I don't know why it does. And it's not even like the person that I'm trying to become is worse. I mean, everything that I'm trying to be is positive. I want to be a good boyfriend to my girl. I want to be a good son to my parents, a good brother to my little sister and my older sisters. You know, a reliable friend for my friends, someone who's strong, who can defend themselves and just be pleasing to look at. you know, it's not like any of those attributes that I'm trying to achieve are negative, but it's like the process of trying to achieve those. It's in a way would feel cringe. Like right now, this honestly feels cringe. I don't even know how how you YouTubers who've been doing this for years, you know, do it. It's hard for me. It's difficult, but I digress. So it's 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 that barrier that I'm still learning to like get through or get over of being chained down by the perceptions of not even the perceptions of them, but the way I still think that they perceive me. You know, um, that's the main thing that I actually want to what I would really want to change. What this new persona that I'm presenting to you and to my family now, and to my friends and my girlfriend. This new persona that you know I I I I I don't have to overthink like, oh, what does that person think of me is with the way I'm acting right now, you know, um, because it's that exact mindset that I had that made me make a lot of bad decisions because it was constantly in my head that this person perceives me in a bad way, and because I'd always think that every person is seeing me as a bad person, as an unreliable character, as a lazy um, individual, whether or not I did lazy things or I didn't do lazy things. It just continuously crept up inside my mind until my habits started to relate or prove those thoughts that I had. And because those habits proved those thoughts that I had, it did eventually lead up to people perceiving me in that way. And I just want to change that. I want to change both the way that I perceive myself, and I also want to show the people that I care the most about and the people that I hurt or the people that I did wrong to or against, that that individual that they knew, it's not me. It's not me. I believe that change in humans is the only constant thing that we can measure, that we can actually be assured for. That the same person you knew 5 minutes ago is not the same person 5 minutes later. You know, someone can really switch up, and I know that sounds like negative, but it can be positive. You know, someone can really switch up like in just 5 minutes. Um, what do what do the Americans call it? Code switching. Code switching. Yeah, you can know like this nigga is a gangbanger. Is a gangbanger, and then 5 minutes is all in a suit and tie and making sales calls, speaking eloquently, and you're like that's not the nigga I knew. Oh shit, but that's who he is now. And I feel like if we have friends who are trying to do better, or family members who are trying to do better, and they've proclaimed that they're trying to do better, I think the best thing that we can do is help them nurture that new individual they're trying to become. I feel like it's very harmful when someone proclaims that I'm trying to change, and you see that they've actually put in the work. Again, this is only when like you've seen that they're actually putting in the work to change, that you know they're actually doing things that they didn't do, that's for the betterment of their health, their mind, the people around them as well. I feel it's very important as friends, as family, to help them nurture, because what essentially that they're doing with change is that they are they're regrowing, or like in a way being born again, and they're taking care of this new inner child, this new soul that they harbor, and parenting it the way that they ought now to like that they're raising the themselves again. I feel like that's how I see my change. I see my change of personas, of identity, of killing the old boy and raising the new one, because now I'm an adult. I'm 22. I'm turning 23 soon, and like I said, I cannot keep blaming or holding accountable to other people or the environment that I was in. I've spent around like 17 years conscious. I know what is right, what is wrong, what I want, what I don't want. I know how to. I know how I would have wanted to raise myself if I had the chance to. And the fact that I'm still alive, and I don't know how many more years God has given me, but the fact that I'm still alive, I'm conscious, I can move, I can think the way I want to think. I have every reason and every right to, you know, raise myself again. Anyway, I think that's all. This video has been too long. Um, Welcome to the channel, and I hope to see you again next time. It's never too late to change.